The Gospels record that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was right there at the foot of the cross. How hard that must have been for her, just to see her son so hated and despised by the people he loved, and being tortured so brutally, and then hanging there naked for everybody to see. No doubt Simeon's words to her way back when Jesus was just a baby would flood back to her. The words of, this child is destined for the fall and the rising of many in Israel. And then he said, and yes, a sword will pierce through your own soul also. That's in Luke 2:34-35. Well, John, it seemed, had a very close relationship with Jesus. You remember in the Gospels, he would write, he'd refer to himself as the disciple whom Jesus loved, as if he didn't love the rest of them. But, he felt very loved by Jesus, and he was there at the Last Supper, tucking close into him, sitting next to him. He was the one that recorded the third of the 7 last sayings of Jesus, the words of Jesus to his mother and to his friend John. So here's Jesus. He's intensely suffering. He's still thinking of the needs of others. I mean, he's not only thinking of the thief beside him. He says, this day will you be with me in paradise. He's not only thinking of the crowd below him that is, mocking him and all the rest. And he's saying, Father, forgive them. Here now he turns to the mother who had loved him and raised him as a boy and cared for him. And he makes sure now that she's being cared for by John. Now, we know that Mary had some other sons. Maybe Jesus knew that they're not going to step up and be looking after her during this time of trial, or in the early days of the church. Hard to speculate. But we do see that Jesus is caring for his mom, and he wants John to take care of her. He's looking out for her. That's the heart of Jesus. In the midst of his last hours, where his relationship with his heavenly Father is like paramount, he honors his human mother. Christ is our extreme example. And, even here, he fulfills the 10 commandments in honoring your father and your mother. Hopefully we can do the same. Now, people wonder about how they can honor their parents. You've asked me, how can I honor my parents when they were such idiots, or they were so bad, they were terrible parents? Here's how. Forgive them. Forgive them. They might not be alive anymore. Forgive them. They may never say sorry. They might never acknowledge that they ever did anything wrong to hurt you. Forgive them. Forgive them. It honors them before God. It honors God, more importantly. And if you can do more than that, the better. The more you can do, the better. The freedom that comes with real forgiveness from the heart cannot be overstated. Many Christians are still holding grudges and pain and bitterness, resentment against their parents, against their mom, against their dad, and it's only hurting them. And when you look at it from that angle, and you realize they still have a hold on you, they're still hurting you, even some of them that are dead. So you forgive them, and you are no more like Christ than when you forgive people who don't deserve it. Just a few hours before, Jesus washes his disciples' feet, and he teaches them to humbly serve others. And so likewise, while our spiritual relationship with God is the most important, that's the most important commitment we have in our life, we must never ignore the responsibilities that we carry in our physical relationships. Remember, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That's the second greatest commandment. So let's be about that. Just do our best. Be like Jesus, praying that he will live through us as we serve others, even those who don't deserve it.